Hi everybody, this is Hollie with Smarter News. One thing we learn as journalists, or we try to learn, is to be prepared for anything. So yesterday was a classic example for me for that, and that was that I ended up randomly interviewing several Taliban members. And people have asked me how that came about. And that wasn't actually a specifically planned interview. I didn't go to a public relations rep. I didn't go to an assistant or secretary and try to track down a person. This was more when I was figuring out logistics in Mazar Sharif. I needed to basically have some point of contact with the Taliban, given the fact that they had taken over every single checkpoint in the city. And the best bet at that point was for my photographer Jake and I to utilize some of our contacts. We have fixers in journalism, but we also just have friends and friends of friends that can kind of help facilitate things for us. And so basically we were just looking for a safe passage through some checkpoints, and the best way to do that was to get permission. However, in the moment, it turned out that the members, different members wanted to talk, and they had something to say. And I always think that's a great opportunity to understand how the other person is thinking. And I think in journalism, we don't do that enough. We don't stop to ask people on the other side, how do they justify their actions? And so for me, this was a sort of a quick off-the-cuff opportunity to ask some questions. It was very quick. I would have loved to have asked a lot more and a lot more detail, and to have been able to really knuckle down on what their policy is going to be. But the analogy that I can share with you is really that they think that their image in the international community is fake news, the Taliban, and they also want to project this idea of being defenders of all people, and they even use the words that they protect all human rights, which I think we can all see the scenes in Kabul airport and take a look at the history of the suicide bombing and battles and very much refute that. But that is what they're trying to portray right now, while in the same time, they said especially for women, women must be covered, must be in the burqa, and they believe in imposing Sharia law. And the example that one of the Taliban members gave me was that if you murder, you should be murdered. And if you steal, your hand should be cut off. So that's just a bit of an insight into the future in Afghanistan that we're looking at, but we're going to continue to probe this. So thank you all for your support.